All right, so this is the reading circle. This is season 2. Last year, I talked about the books that was made to films. So this year, the theme is the journey of the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
All right, when you see this theme, what do you think of?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Okay, so of course, yeah, Jack and the Giant.
Yeah.
Anything else? Apart from Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, and why were you interested in this circle? All right, so you have read a book that I suggested, okay, which is Percy Jackson. And why you decided to join this circle?
Because I need to practice about the English, so I need to read about the English books.
All right, okay. Have you read this before, or this is the first time that you?
It's the first time.
Okay, all right. And you too?
I feel like I've read a lot of books that are in like a similar theme of growth and like discovery of like yourself and stuff. And yeah, I've seen the examples of your books, and they've all been books I've read. And there's another one that I didn't see in the examples, which is mine, which is Anne of Green Gables. It's actually a part of a series, but I chose the first book. So I chose that because I wanted to incorporate more stories of like the similar themes that I've read before.
Oh, lovely. And you?
I wanted to read Alice in Wonderland.
You just wanted to because you didn't read it before?
I watched the movie, but I want to know what's actually inside the novel.
Alright. Okay, so this is the discussion. My role is to be a moderator. It's like to keep this discussion flow. So the main roles of you guys is to discuss. So it's like when you talk about something, the other 3 you need to give opinions, ask questions, answer the questions, or if you don't agree, say it. If you agree, say it with the reasons. So this is discussion. Okay, no right to wrong at all.
Yeah.
Okay, but the first rule: don't fight. Okay. All right. So first of all, can you please introduce yourself, like your nickname, your class, and the book that you chose to discuss today? Start from gentleman.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nontanan, and you can call me Ploom. And my book that I choose today is The Secret Garden.
Secret Garden. Okay.
I'm in Nickname is in 4/3. I chose Percy Jackson.
My name is Prim. I'm from 6/3, and I chose, as I mentioned already, Anne of Green Gables.
Okay.
My name is Pat from 6/3, and the book that I chose is Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
All right. So we have 4 books. So that's good because we're gonna see that these 4 books can go to the same goal, right? The same ideas of this theme. So this theme, like the journey of the Beanstalk. So we talk about Jack and the Giant. All right. What have you learned about Jack and the Giant and the Beanstalk? What's this story about?
All I remember.
Not what you learned.
Oh.
What's this story about? I think you've heard this from like you were really young.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the story about? Briefly.
So he got seed. He got some seeds. He planted it, and the beanstalk grew into the sky.
Mm.
Then he climbed it and made the giant.
Okay, Jack just got the bean, right? The bean from the stranger, and he exchanged the beans, the magic beans, with a cow. Right. So that says something. Well, what do you think? Do you want to exchange like a massive cow Like,
For random bean.
yeah, for just a bean. If you roll Jack, do you want to?
Maybe.
No,
Not
why?
really.
Not really. Okay, you say no and you say not really. That means you like hesitating. Why?
I mean, Jack is living in the world, like fantasy world. So if I know that I live in a fantasy world, I might want to.
Did he know that his world is fantasy?
I'm not sure.
Right. Like if you were him, it's a stranger, like old man, just this is this magic bean. Can I exchange it for your cow?
I would ask for another 1,000 beans.
All right. So I think that from that situation, I think the adventurous mind of Jack, of stupidity, that is it's just like the really thin line because stupidity is really stupid and adventurous mind.
Yeah.
So he took the magic bean, and then when he found that it grew into like the giant beanstalk, like grow up to the sky, and then he decided to climb up. So what we learn from that?
Maybe he has adventurous mind.
Okay, that supported the first theory that right he wanted to know what's in the sky and what he climbed up. So that's the brave as well. So the bravery, adventurous, and curiosity. I think that's the nature of scientists.
Yeah.
Right, because scientists, researchers,
Yeah.
curiosity is like the main character that you want to know, you want to find answers. So even though it's if we have the two substances, green and blue, if we put this together, what happened? That's the curiosity. Like Jack, what's in the sky? So the theme that I decided to come up with this year is about the curiosity, the bravery, and the adventurous. You want to do anything that you want to know, and then that gonna change your life. So think of this theme, like, and look at the book that you chose. Is there something that can explain this theme? So we're gonna start off with a brief story of your book. Who want to start? Do not analyze yet. Just tell the brief story. What happened in the book?
So there's like a boy named Percy Jackson, which had ADHD, and so he thought that he was just a boy with no father. But then one day, like his math teachers changed into a fairy, which he somehow got his ballpoint pen and then put it on, and it's a sword. And so that's when he knew that he isn't an ordinary person. And so after that, he told his mom, and then the mom think that she can't hide him anymore. And so, and after that, his mom got captured by the Fury. So Percy needed to go to the camp and then discover that he is half Poseidon. And then he got his adventures to find Zeus's lightning bolt. It's kind of like
All right. Okay, that sounds really adventure. Right, just match the theme completely. Of course. Next one. Who want to tell us the story? Next one.
So me.
Okay.
About the Secret Garden, the main character is Mary Lennox, a girl who was born in India. Her father worked for British government, and her mother was a great beauty who only wanted to join a party and she hadn't wanted a child, but maybe she mistaken. And so when Mary was born, her mother sent her to nanny to take care her to take care Mary, sorry. And then because of the plague called cholera, it killed many people. So her father and her mother was killed by a plague. After that, Mary was sent to live with her uncle called Mr. Kelvin in England, and he lived in a big house called Mr. White. It has 100 rooms. It's a very, very, very big house, and it have a garden. And when Mary arrived, housemaid said one of the garden is locked up, so nobody has come to this garden for 10 years. So Mary tried to find a way to come to the secret garden, and then she found a key by a robin, by the help of robin. A robin is a bird that can flew across the wall and can see the garden, the secret garden. And then when she found a key, next day a robin helped her again to find a entrance. And when she have a key, and she unlock the key and go to the secret garden, and then maybe it's a long story. So I will tell brief all this.
All right. So this is what about the theme that we talked about?
About the adventure of Mary. At first, Mary need to find a key and need to find an entrance for comes in the secret garden in the Calvin's house.
All right. But it started off with Mary's curiosity, right?
Yes.
She wanted to know what's in the secret garden.
Yes.
All right. What about the other two? The brief story.
Okay, so Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass is about Alice, of course, our main character that appears in the Wonderland. I don't want to spoil the end, but like it's very hard. So basically, the main character Alice was laying on her sister's lap, and then she saw a white rabbit running, and the rabbit said, "Oh, I have to hurry," something like that. And she's like, how can a rabbit like talk? So with curiosity, she follows the rabbit and into the rabbit hole, which I don't know why, but she went down the hole, and then she appears into a hall, and she's actually already in the Wonderland. And so basically this story is about Alice trying to find a way out of a Wonderland, and throughout the story she met with many weird creatures and
Special.
special character with distinctive personality, which also help Alice like grow. I mean, she does grow up a lot and shrinks a lot throughout the story.
All right. So that's the adventure of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
So but started off with a curiosity as well, that she just followed the rabbit into the rabbit's hole.
Yeah.
Right, and the spectacular story just happened after that.
And
Right, we're gonna keep that Alright, so this brief story.
Oh, but this is only half because there's and through the looking glass.
Alright, okay. Through the looking glass.
Okay, so Alice in Wonderland is actually the first part, and Through a Looking Glass is the second part, where Alice again get into Wonderland, but this time the world is actually like on a chessboard, and the character that she met is represent the chess pieces. Yeah, and the story is about her trying to find a way out. Again.
Alright, never learn. Alright, okay.
Okay, so last one is mine. Anne of Green Gables starts off with these two characters, which is Matthew and Marilla, if I pronounced that correctly. They're siblings that they live together on a farm in Green Gables, which is hence the name. And they wanted to adopt an orphan boy to help with like farm work and stuff because like they're getting older, so they want someone to help with the chores and stuff. But to their surprise, they received an orphan girl instead, and that girl was Anne with an E. Yeah. So at first they didn't really want to keep her because like they, based on that period of time, girls aren't supposed to like work hard chores and stuff. And she was also a very imaginative and talkative person with like thoughts everywhere. She does not stop talking about everything she sees, and she sees the best in everything in the world. Like she sees the beauty of living in the farm because where she grew up, it didn't have much. So she was really excited, but the two siblings were like hesitant to keep her or not. But after a trial period of like taking care of her for a few days, they found out that they liked having her around and decided to adopt her. And the journey after that is mostly her trying to adapt to societal norms and like customs and stuff, because where she grew up from, she just didn't know much about this, and she needed to go to like an quote unquote normal school and needed to learn how to make friends and how to manage her social stuff. Yeah, so it's basically just her trying to fit in, and that's basically her journey into discovering herself and who she is as a person in this society.
Right, so this is quite different from the three books, because these three books that we talked earlier is about the adventure fantasy world, but this is the real world. Yeah, that's quite interesting. How does this book match with the theme again?
So I feel like there were some adventures of her learning how to be a person in this world. So like learning how to make new friends with her neighbor, that they are basically the only kids in the neighborhood. So it's like she also has a lot of like, she also made a lot of mistakes during her growth because of like growing is not really a linear experience, so there's obviously ups and downs of like growing and learning who you are. So I think it was interesting to see how she overcame her like mistakes and learned from it, and gave her a lot of life lessons that shaped her into who she became. And that was really adventurous of her. But also she was a very optimistic person and imaginative, and that was something that was very beautiful in the books of all of that's happening.
All right, the three books talk about the adventures of the character. This one, even you living in your life, that could be the adventure as well, because you don't know what's going to happen in the next hour.
Unpredictable.
Right, so that's the adventure of everyone. Apart from the adventures that we're going to talk about, so now I want you to think about when they went through the adventure, the change that happened, how they grow, not only inside but in the mind as well. Right, they grow, shrink, and the changes, and also the growth that happened. So now I would like you to not just tell the story, the analysis. I want you guys to discuss and share opinions as well. I'm gonna give you like about 1 minute to think about the changes, growth that happen through the adventure of the characters. You can give examples of the scenes or the thing that happened in the book that you think this is like really good example that there was a change, the character changed, the character grow. So when to start, we got Percy, Mary, Anne, and Alice. And there is no right or wrong answer, right? It just depends on your like interpretation of the book. If we read the same book, I might get something totally different from Prima. They say, no, I don't think so. I don't think that changed Anne at all. That it could happen.
We can start with mine, so we can like move on to like the fantasy, since this
Okay.
is more, yeah. So the start of the story really went around, and as a young child, I believe she was not more than like 10 or something. So like she was really naive in like navigating through the world and also making friends and stuff. But I feel like the point that I saw her change as she matured was when she started understanding like her social circle in her school and stuff. Because like at first she had some rivalries with her roommate, her classmate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so she was like pretty young, and they were both very young. There was like a sort of brief rivalry between them where the guy, the classmate, was like teasing her about her hair. This was also a very important part of her story about telling that she has red hair, which was uncommon in that time. So it was something that maybe in modern days you can call that as bullying, but back then maybe that's not really the right word for it. But I found that as they both matured, they started caring less about like the other person's like who they are, and more of like what they need to do in the future, and like start thinking about what they wanted to do. So like as Anne matured, she started focusing more on her studies, and like she became, of course, less enthusiastic about the world. Like she lost some of her like childish flair of like viewing the world, but it wasn't lost. It was just focused into another topic that she was interested. So she pursued more about her studies, her academics, and she eventually studied to get a scholarship, and she got to become a teacher as she always wanted to. Yeah, so I feel like that was something that really flipped in her personality and how she viewed the world. Of like, this is the reality, that you can't stay probably that optimistic all the time, and yeah, it's sort of a bit of a cruel reality of the world that people that happy about the world can lose their spark a bit because of what we need to do.
How could she overcome those like the obstacles or the bad things that happened to her? Do you think it's about the optimistic only? Being optimistic can help her with that?
Like the experience made her understand more that the world is just like that sometimes. Like experiences with people looking down on her, or like being or failing or stuff. So I think it was just more of like her understanding that it's not all cupcakes and rainbows, but it's not necessarily black or white, that something isn't the end of the world. Like there's always another bend on the road, as they say. So like something will lead to another thing eventually, and sometimes change is okay. And I think she found comfort in realizing that.
Okay. You said that she might be only 10 at that time?
I'm not really sure, but something like that.
Do you think that it's possible for the 10-year-olds to overcome those things 10-year-olds
Yeah. So
a lot younger than you guys,
Yeah.
even you guys cannot overcome something like the bad things that happen in your life. What do you think? What do you think? For me, it's just like being like
That's
super
really
optimistic. It's just like, is that enough? Is it not about what about this surrounding people that can help? Do you think?
Yeah.
So what I'm want to talk about is about probably when you grow up or when you change, it's not from yourself
Yourself,
only.
yeah.
Probably it's support from like
People around
from
you.
people around you as well. Do you think from the story, or she just realized that by herself?
Well, I think it was helpful to have such a good friend with her to like navigate through this journey, because her friend was also the same age, probably dealing with the same set of problems. Maybe not exactly the same, but like they understand each other, and even though they have fights like every friends do, they still have each other's back, and like you can always count on your friend, like a true friend, to like support you during your like journey to discover yourself, whatever. So I think it was important that she had such a nice friend. Her friend's name is Diana, by the way. I forgot to introduce her. Yeah, so they were the same age, so they went through the same feelings of loss, feeling lost in life. So I think they both grew a lot from each other as like a support system, and also they matured together to be very good friends.
All right, so that's a good point. Like the growth could happen by yourself, in you, and plus from the support from the people around you as well. So because you don't live alone.
Of course.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the fantasy world. You want to start? Okay.
So what I see from Percy is that at first he just fought because he just want to rescue his mother, and he wasn't really wanna fight. But after that, after he had more and more friends and he had something more to protect, he fought with his heart. Like he wasn't just told to fight, but he really wanna protect his friends and families. And like the other thing is that in the first series, he was just fighting with his little group of friends. But later in the stories, he was just like he woke up with somebody he didn't know, and he made more friends and know how to fight in groups. And of course, he was better in fighting too. He know the strategies more and is used to his power more.
All right, so you mainly talked about the ability, or the strength, or the fighting techniques. What about something inside? Is there any changes in his character, in his personality, or in his thoughts?
Maybe at first he wasn't bad. He felt a little bit bad because he was attacked. But after that, after he met his friends, he knew that he isn't like in trouble, but somebody else is like him too. But sometimes he felt bad because he felt like if everybody thinks that if they were with him, it would be good because he is powerful. But he sometimes didn't meet their expectations.
All right. Did you notice like any changes in character, right, when you flip through the book?
In the first 5 books, it was not really that much changes. But in the next series, I felt each character's like darkness or what they feel.
What do you think the writers just add this kind of character into the series? Is it just for fun?
I think part of it is more fun, and maybe it makes something isn't that straightforward.
All right. Then, in my opinion, I think this is a series, right? So I think the character they growing up as well, like from teenagers, and they're going to be like soon to be adults. So that's something that happen in life just changes as well. So I think the characters of, or even the story, you say it's got darker, right? So that's life of adults. I think that's my opinion. Just to show the readers, it's just like, okay, this is like that you're going to face in the future. It's like different kind of adventure. Okay?
The lectures got a lot harder than
See?
the first one.
Yeah, when you grow up to be adult, life is more difficult. Okay? It's gonna be like Mary or Alice.
Okay. Let's start about the Mary first.
Okay.
I think Mary changed to be a new person because in the Secret Garden book it's mentioned about when her was young, before her father and her mother died from the plague. The book mentioned about the Alice not habitat, Alice behavior, about she is very stubborn and she is very selfish. In the one sentence in this book, but I forgot about the page. It's mentioned about the Alice when she annoyed or angry, she kick.
You said Alice.
Oh no, sorry.
Yes, it's a two times. Yeah, it's a two times read. All right.
Sorry.
So is it a rabbit hole?
I'm sorry.
Okay, Mary.
I'm confused.
Okay.
So Mary. Okay, I'm ready again. When Mary kicked her slave and her nanny because she very angry about the nanny or slave sentence. So she kicked them when she annoyed. But subsequently, when she grow up, when she after her mother and her father died, she was sent to the England in the Mr. Kelvin house, and then she is wait a moment please, maybe I need to think. I'm sorry. Oh yes. Oh, maybe she is calmed down herself, because at first he's angry easily, but after she came to the Mr. Calvin house, she's a merciful girl more than before, because one of the story mentioned about her behavior after after they met her friends, and she invited her friend to the secret garden, that if her was young, maybe it's never happened. And the last is about the adaptation. Maybe she can adapt to the Mr. Kelvin house, because at first she don't like it, but now she adapt and she look in optimistic, and she really like a secret garden. Then
What happened? Why she changed?
because
Is it gonna be a spoiler? What happened in the secret garden?
it has a two character in the secret garden. One is I forgot about his name. is a Nikon. Nikon is one of character. Is one of the son of a slave of Mary, but I forgot her name. Then Mary tell about the three secret garden, which her found in this garden in Mr. Calvin house, and after that she invited to Mr. Calvin's son named Colin to join about her garden that she discovered. So,
And what changed her?
I think it's about it.
Yeah, from the angry girl to like really kind one.
I think because she live among the nature, and then before when she live in India, maybe she has a slave, she has a nanny, so it make
She was a spoiled child. That
Yes.
many people just did
spoil.
everything for her.
Yes, so it make she has a bad behavior. But when she went to this house in England, nobody spoil her, so it make her stronger, and it make she has a free in her life.
All right, in England, she had to do everything by herself, right?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds like a Kiwi students. Like when you are at home, your parents just like pampered you. Right here, you need to do everything by yourself. Right, we're gonna talk about the changes in you later. All right, okay, this is the secret garden, the story of Mary. So, Alice. Yeah. Yeah, what happened before the rabbit hole and after the rabbit hole? What changes?
Honestly, I'm not sure if she changes a lot.
Yeah, otherwise she's not going to the rabbit hole again.
Okay, so at the start, what I realized that in the novel is really different from in the movies is that Alice in the book talks a lot to herself. Like she literally yapping the whole chapter. Like one chapter cannot go through without her talking to herself like a lot. And I noticed that in the first part, like when she wanted to be the normal size, but she ended up eating something and she grew very really big, she cried. And in other similar scenarios, she always cries a lot. But I noticed that as the story went through, Alice met many like adults character, and she eventually helped them fix something, like some of their problems. And at the end, even though she's still talking to herself a lot, I feel like she's more brave and put in more of logical thinking. I'm not sure. I mean, like maybe not that much, but it's enough for you to notice when you read it through.
Right.
Yeah, and if you guess from the name, the Wonderland is actually Alice's dream, and through the looking glass is also another dream. And I found it fascinating that someone measured through two dreams.
Right.
Yeah, but she still has the same personality, like she's still Alice at the end. But
All right.
something
Yeah,
here.
this is a good point. You can be you, but changes or growth can be inside you. How you see the world, how you understand the world, how you see the people, how you understand other people. You can yakking, like do the yakking like all the times as usual, but something inside has changed. You don't need to change yourself to be like, oh, I'm gonna stop talking, I'll be like quiet girl from now on because something that changed in me. Probably you enjoy talking, just do it. But all right, I understand how you feel. Probably you grow the empathy inside you, but you're still super talkative, as
Yeah.
usual.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you see, right? About the personality, you don't need to turn over from black to white. You can be still black. You don't need to turn gray as well. I'm black, but when you open, I'm gray inside. Still not white. Yeah, all right.
Still
So
not white.
it's still not white.
It's a
But
balance.
yeah. All right. So these were about the characters and the stories in the book. So now we're gonna talk about your life. So now, reflect. Something happened in you. You think from the last 3 years. All right, you guys before Kevis. Everyone before Kevis, and when you study here, like almost 3 years now, nearly a term, and 1.5 Okay, think. I give you time to think, because life here is totally different from life at home, right? Or you live like this at home as well? See, this is your adventure, right? Studying in Kevis, living in Kevis is an adventure. Pretty difficult for you because it's just a few months, but if you feel like something changes in you, that's good. Could be that little thing. Yeah, this is the point I want to talk about. Just keep thinking, but I need to talk. Otherwise, it's going to be like quiet. Yeah.
For me, I plan a lot more because at home I don't need to do the laundry myself or something like that. But when I come here, I need to plan that. Okay, I have this much clothes left to wear, and I need to do the laundry today. And this day it might rain, so I should do the laundry this day and hang it over.
Ah, right. So that's about the routines.
Yeah,
Right.
and about the study, it is quite harder here, so I need to think that okay, so I need to do the test this day, and I have this much time, so I need to plan before that. I should read it before the test about today or that day.
That means you didn't plan your life before you came to Kevis.
I don't really need to because
Why?
because it wasn't that hard, and I can just read before the test for not quite long.
Ah, right.
And moreover, there are many events that happen here and it overlaps a lot, so I need to have my schedule to tell me that if I'll be free for the event I'm going to register.
All right. And do you find it difficult? Your life is more difficult now?
There's something that is more difficult, but something is easier.
All right. You see it as benefits or challenges?
Yeah, well, I think that to go into an adult, I need to do those things or maybe more than this alone. So it's great to practice it before.
Right. Even like only a few months, you can feel that you have changed, like your lifestyle, your behavior, your routines. Right. We move on to M5, a year and a bit.
So
I expect from you more. Okay.
I think about my life in Kevis. I think maybe it's a benefit because when I before I came to Kevis, I cannot control about my time. Big example is about my wake up time or about the about my sleep time. But now I'm only one in my room, so I can control about my life as much as I want. Example is if I need to sleep at at 9 p.m. I can do this, and if I need to wake up at 5 a.m. I can do this. So it means I have more free than I at home. So about my home, and last I think my home is boring because it does not have anything for my activity. So I think I feel bored. So when I come to Kevis, it's at a gym, it's at a space for run. So I think I'm free and I can control my life more than yes.
So you see this like as a benefit to your life?
Yes, it's a very benefits because if I cannot go to Kevis, I cannot be only one because I live with my mom, and my mom can control my life. And when I come to Kevis, my mom live in Bangkok. It's about 150 kilometers, so maybe she cannot control easily.
So you see the things that your mom does for you is controlling, not looking after or taking care of.
Oh, maybe take care. maybe take care.
All right, you have more freedom here, like
Yes.
to grow up, right, without mom looking after or pampering you. So that's a good thing. All right, M6. You're gonna leave this place really soon.
Okay, so I think for me, I feel that so since it's been some time that I've been here, I don't remember much about my life before Cavius. My memory is that bad, yes, but I feel that ever since I came here, I feel more comfortable in unlocking my true potential. That sounds very extravagant, but yeah, so similar to, I'm trying to pull this back to my story.
Okay.
Similar to her, I think there are a lot more opportunities for me here to like discover what I like and what I'm good at, because there are a lot of activities that I've done here that I would have never thought that I would get the chance to do, or that I would be remotely good at them. So I think that here is a very good environment for you to grow more into who you are, like what you like and what you don't like. But unlike Anne, I feel that I got more childish since I came here, because it was a very comforting environment. Like I felt safe to be my true self here. Like I didn't need to pretend to be someone else. Like maybe when I was in my old school, I needed to put on a picture of like to be another person, another version of people that expected from me. So maybe I needed to be this picture perfect person for the people around me back at my school to maybe stand out, or for whatever reason. Maybe it was just me being naive or like scared of confrontation from anyone. So I feel that I have grown more to be comfortable in my own skin and who I am as a person, and that is all thanks to the people around me and this very lovely place.
Okay. Right, last but not least.
Okay, so after I've been listening to my friends and juniors talking about the changes when they came to Kevis, I like to say that I also experienced those changes. Like I learned to do more of chores like laundry on time, and I learned to wake up on time, and I feel like I'm more of me here, but like I'm always me everywhere anyways. Okay, so the changes I'm gonna talk about is more of a working aspect, because in my old school I work for example, in a group work, we always just completely separated the work and we just put in the work together without blending in anything. So it's more like a puzzle piece. It just plugged together in a wrong shape. I don't know. So the work came off as like not really a whole. Yeah. So, but when I came here, obviously there's a lot of group works, and one day she's actually the one who told me that maybe we should start doing work together, because if we do it separately then it doesn't make any sense, like the work that we are working. So it might be better if we unite and just work together as a group in every kind of work. So I adapt that into my working style so that I can work with all of my friends no matter what the work assigned me to do. Yeah, so I think I changed my work style, or more of adapting into this school ever since I came here.
Apart from the work or study, is something personal? Like,
oh, I feel
is
like
there any
I'm
changes?
more of a human here.
What do you mean?
Were you not? What were you then?
I'm more like a monkey 3 years ago. This school shaped me to be human again, I think.
Why? What happened?
No, like I'm a really naughty kid back there, but here I have to discipline myself, and now I feel more as a human. Yeah, in that sense. And like I feel like I think more logically. Yeah, just thinking more.
All right.
Maturing.
Yeah, good one. Okay, so this is the journey of the Beanstalk. That actually is the journey of everyone. I think life is the adventure, right? As we mentioned earlier, that we don't know what will happen next. Even like the next minute, something might happen like unexpected. And if we take risks, if we have the adventurous mind, we have the curiosity, we like to try new things. So we're gonna learn. For sure, we're gonna learn a lot from life, right? When we learn a lot from life, we change and also we grow as well. So, last thing that I want to say to you, enjoy your life, okay? Live it, okay? Thank you so much for the talk and the discussion today. That's really fun. Okay, guys, and okay, I need to stop this first.